And originally when I learned it, I learned how to just to pinch it. I learned, I learned all kind of crazy things that I would never do today because my foot would be eaten alive. Right? So the saddle position is when I get here, but instead of turning inwards, I would actually like to turn outwards. So if it's his right leg, I would block with my left leg to control the hip, the distance to keep him away, but I'd actually turn, and I want to bring my foot under the taint of the hamstring here. I want to hide my foot. I don't want him to see my foot. So I hide it here. So what you're looking at is I try to pinch my knee to my heel. And it can tell you that I've already got a pretty tight control of his hip and his knee. This hip and knee is mine. Now from here, when I'm dropping, that heel is already inside my hands. And I want to find the toes, and now it's my wrist, and I haven't even finished yet. So you'll see I'll close my hand, and I press his toes towards his butt. And that's what breaks the ankle. So if you want to look at the shape of it, I used to catch it like this, and it's soft to soft. And that's why we used to get injured all the time. So the injury comes from us not knowing how to stabilize the knee. So I'm freaking out, I'm jerking on it, he's freaking out, he's jerking his body of it. That's where the injury comes in. He doesn't know, this doesn't tell him that he's locked. And the only way I can lock it when I use more of a soft bicep is me jerking on it. So for both of us, it's not an intelligent way to learn. But here, even if I was far, when I capture the toes, he can already feel, you see how his body adjusted? My thing wasn't to rip his heel off. My thing was to catch the toes and get a hard part of my bone controlling it. Just from here, I can push his toes towards his butt. I've controlled his hip, I've controlled his knee. This is called ashigarami, leg entanglement. So once I get the leg, I want to lock the hip, come underneath, pinch my knee towards my ankle, start to draw back, and you'll see I cap the heel. When I catch the heel, if it tries to come towards me, you see I pinch it, and now I squeeze it against my chest and toes into the butt. You see there's no big twisting motion. So he can tell you how tight his hip and his knee was, so he knows, can I turn or can't I turn? Can I pull my foot out or can't I? Gets me an ashigarami. Inside. So now we're gonna thread our legs through. This is what's controlling the turn. You see, I can't turn my body. So again, it's a safer way for me to train because he's saying, listen, you can't move your body. I don't feel like I could twist out, and if I turn this way, it hurts my knee. So he can calmly look for that heel. And back in the day, I would take that shoulder and try to turn it that way, or I would try to bridge. But now I understand, now I know the mechanics of how that ankle works. And I'm gonna, because we're friends, he's my friend, he's gonna put the lock on, you can two-hand it. When the lock goes on, he's pushing the toes, it's on. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We don't have to argue about it. He puts it on. If there's a bit of give, you see, because I couldn't move my hip or my knee, and that's what makes a difference in training. So it is 100% super dangerous when you don't know what's going on and you don't know how the anatomy works, and you think when a guy gets this, you start to go, that's for sure, 100%, things gonna break, things gonna tear. But here it is so tight, I don't feel like I could escape. Now there are escapes, but right now we're just showing you the shape. So again, it's controlling. This leg's gonna be the important one, keeping me spread out so that I can't turn. Okay. So let's go with our partner, and we'll give that a try.